kill me! Don't kill me, man!
I'm not going to kill you. I want you to do me a favor. I want you to tell all your friends about me.
What are you?
I'm Batman.
And here we go.
It's the comic book bullies.
Man, you come right out of a comic book.
It's the comic book bullies.
You will bow down before me!
It's the comic book bullies.
Now I am the master.
It's the comic book bullies. It's the comic book bullies.
I can't hear you.
I messed up. I did. I screwed it up, didn't I? I screwed it up.
Yeah, I
My
don't know
bad.
what's going
I
on.
screwed it up.
Are we live?
Yeah. I told you I was gonna screw it up.
Okay.
I told you I was gonna fuck it up, but it's cool. Wait, we're here. I'm
okay.
Leroy, and he's
This is Eli, aka the Batootsie.
there you go. Oh man. Eli, I told you I was gonna screw it up.
I don't know what you were gonna do.
I had an idea. I had an 85% idea what I was gonna do, but I was like, oh well, fuck it, just go with it. Oh well.
Yeah, that's why this is live. Yeah, we don't rehearse nothing on this shit.
There's no net. We just go. There's no safety net or anything like that. We just go.
He didn't even tell me what he was gonna do. Hold on a sec, he said. That's all he said.
Let's see what happened. First off, let's talk about. Oh yeah,
Shout out to the AI.
Shout out to the AI. Give the AI money or something. I guess I don't know. We may or may not see it. I don't know. That's it. Okay. Anyway, we're gonna start with the podcast. We're going to do a Batman centric type show. Like I said, we're gonna switch it up. We're gonna do some different things today. You know, just see how it goes. Just see where it goes there. But before we get there, Eli, we have to appease the algorithm gods. So we have to talk about football for 30 seconds.
Oh,
so
okay.
Yeah. So I guess you can talk about your sports ball team. Did they win today or yesterday or whenever they're supposed to play?
Well, they played. Well, you live streamed it on Thursday.
I sure did. Okay, so that was the last time they played. Okay, all right.
Yeah, that was Thursday. Yeah. Who did they play? Vikings. No, they didn't. They didn't win. No, I forgot.
I thought they were going to win. I was rooting for them.
Oh, the Eagles.
But it didn't work.
Oh, they played the fucking Eagles. So yeah, we all knew they weren't going to win that shit. So yeah.
But I was rooting for you the whole time. I was rooting for you in your spirit. I thought you had a chance. You didn't have a chance. Kind of came back, but yeah.
That's the Vikings, man. Welcome to the Vikings. That's what they do. They take it down to the last minute and fuck up. You know.
Oh well. I think 30 seconds. Yeah.
There is a woman on TikTok.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, are we done?
No. Now I'm curious. What the woman? What did the woman on TikTok do?
Oh,
now I'm curious.
They got us on a
I mean, we were, but then you started. I was like, well, I want to know where this is going.
There's a woman on TikTok. What the hell? I think it's Cadillac Jackie. She's a woman up north in Minnesota who watches basically live streams, or her daughter films her watching the Vikings games, and she reacts and she screams at the TV and curses, and it's pretty funny. So watching her watch the games after seeing your team loses puts you in a kind of a better mood, because she kind of verbalizes what you felt, summarizes your feelings of the game. So
okay, so she's not okay, because I think it'd be more likely an angry dude, smash his TV, some shit like that. That would be kind of funny,
No, she's just an old woman who watches, sits in her kitchen drinking beer and shit, and just bitches at the TV. It's pretty funny. Okay. Cadillac Jackie, I think.
Cadillac Jackie,
huge Vikings fan.
Shameless plug.
Yeah.
We may still put a link after that. So yeah. Yeah, like I said, I think we have appeased the algorithm guys. That was 30 seconds. I think close enough. Doesn't matter if it wasn't that. Now we can move on to actual podcast. We're going to talk about actual Batman Day, which actually happened Saturday. For those who don't know what was going on, like I said, it's not plugged in like we are. you know. Yeah, like I said, I don't know why Batman Day is September the 16th. It's not the day of any of the creators. It's not the day Batman parents got shot. It's just a day they just picked. They just picked randomly, like, let's just pick this day and just make it Batman Day. And everybody was like, okay. So we just did a whole bunch of Batman stuff. So yeah, so shout out to oops, nope, didn't mean to do that. Oops, didn't mean to do that. Oops, sorry, didn't mean to do that. That's what I meant to do. Yeah.
Rehearsal. Yeah. No rehearsing.
Like I said, no safety net. We're just going with this. So yes, Batman Day is what we're talking about now. So yeah, we're going to talk about it. We were going to do like a big extravaganza thing. We were going to do like 100 facts you may not know about Batman. I was going to let Eli do like 10 hours of research on it and just give us like a whole bunch of stuff. But then I just thought
were required rehearsal.
And we don't do that here. We, as you can tell, we don't do that. So I was like, that is just too much work. That is just too much planning. That is too much professionalism from us. We don't do that here. So I'm like, screw all that. Let's just move on to something else. So yeah. So I decided to do something else. So for Batman Day, Eli, did you see the post on the fan page we posted?
I've seen a couple.
Okay.
I saw a couple. Which one?
The most recent one, I'll get into it in a second. That one, I won't say went viral, but it's one of
one of the one that we talked about him versus Nightwing. That one.
That one that didn't go anywhere. That was like people like no and just shut that shit down. But the other one after that went big, and I'll talk about that one in a second. So sticking to Batman Day, this is a fan theory I have. Matter of fact, I'm going to talk about nothing but fan theories I have. First thing we're going to do, like first before I go there, I have to set this up. Eli, have you seen this episode of Just League Unlimited?
It's not ringing any bells. No.
Okay. All right. That's cool. That's cool. No big deal. All right. So for those that do know what's going on, this is Just League Unlimited episode called Epilogue. Now, the point of this episode was the Just League were fighting the Royal Flush Gang, but the most powerful member of the Royal Flush Gang, which is Ace, which is right here, she was having reality warping powers because she was having an aneurysm, and she was about to like freak out and like blow up the world or warp the world, some shit like that. So the Just League was about to go in there and attack her, but Man of War was like, if you go in there and attack her, she's going to like kill you immediately if you see, because she's just that strong. Superman, Dr. Fate, no matter who you are, she's going to take you out easily. So Batman goes in by himself. And Batman goes in by himself and just talks to the girl because she was dying anyway. She just wanted somebody to just sit down and just talk to her and treat her like a regular person. Batman did that and talked to her, and about an hour later, she died without any incident, just because Batman just sat there and talked to her. So my fan theory is that because of that, he talked to Ace in the Batman Beyond show. He named the dog after her, Ace.
Okay.
Now, maybe it's a fan theory, maybe it's not. Maybe I just made it up. Who knows? That's what I decided to do. But our fans, we don't really have fans. We just have people just bitching moan at us. So yeah, I'll put it like this: the "well, actually" crowd. As soon as they saw that post, they're like, "Well, actually, she couldn't name that because Ace the Bat Hound was created in 1955." And it's like, I get all that. Of course, they also talk shit that we don't know anything about comics. Also, we don't know anything about comics. So yeah, just because we decided to post this shit. Now, look, the thing about this is that I get it. I know Ace the Bat Hound was created in the 50s. I know that. And I know the Royal Flush Gang was created in the 60s, but like that. And I know Ace was originally a dude, because if one thing nerds will do, they will love to point out when people was gender swapped. They will point that shit out quick. So the point is, I don't care about what happened in the comics. I wasn't talking about the comics. I was talking about the show. You can have two different continuities and it's okay. I mean, we read enough comics. We know about the multiverse. So try to separate one and don't just will actually everything to death. Sometimes just go with it. Sometimes go with a somber meaning or some shit. The fact that Batman named his dog after a girl that he met that was, died from tragedy. That sounds better than you will actually us to death. So that's the only thing I got. So whether it's
dude, all you had to say is shut up.
I'm saying that now. I'm telling everybody that posted this shit, shut up. Shut the fuck up.
Shut up, man.
This is why nobody invites you to parties.
Go change your saturated panties.
Right.
Change your drawers since they're saturated and rotting your crotch and getting you all irritated. Shut up.
Like, nerds, this is why people don't like you. Because you don't know how to read the room. That's why. So I think we said enough. I think Batman Day has started out to a glorious start.
I didn't even do it. I thought about going to the comic store, but I didn't. I didn't even watch Harley. I didn't even watch the new episode of Harley.
Oh,
yet.
you didn't watch Harley?
I did not watch Harley. Not this.
I'll spoil it for you. The show, I don't care. The point was, the ending of it was Kite Man getting his own show.
Oh, okay. I saw you post about that.
Yeah,
I saw that.
That was the most important thing. Kite Man's getting his own show,
and that's
All
hilarious. Right. And I bet you that's going to be great too.
Yeah, it's going to be great. I already see it's called Kite Man. Hell yeah, that's the name of the show. So
no, yeah, I didn't do anything for Batman Day. I didn't watch nothing. I didn't read nothing. I've been I write for A Tribe Called Geek. I'm working on my new article. I'm writing about the Quinlan Voss, the native adjacent Jedi.
Okay. Well, they call it coded, native coded.
Yeah. Like he may or may be
right.
Natives kind of claim him.
But yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he's from space.
Like Panthro from Thundercats. He's black coded. So
yes. Natives have claimed Quinlan Voss as one of their own Jedi. So I've been reading a bunch of old legacy Star Wars comics with him in them. So that's what I've been doing for the past few days. So yeah, I didn't do anything for Batman Day
I mean, well, the thing is, Eli, even if you didn't do anything for Batman Day, people have been bitching at us so much. It's like you're involved in it, even if you're not involved in it.
I saw Leroy go, oh, Leroy's got it covered.
So, but I didn't respond to anybody. I was just like, you know why I didn't respond to anybody? Because it's engagement. Just let them bitch. Just let them moan. Just let them go at each other. Just let them fight. Do what you want. I don't care.
Yeah, it creates. What's it called? What's that shit called? Like clicks or whatever the internet shit where you want the internet activity. You want activity on your shit.
Whatever it is, it did it.
Whatever the fuck.
So
why are we doing this? Why do we do this?
Because we're part of the machine now. That's the thing. Even if we don't know it, even if we don't recognize it, we're part of the machine now. All right.
I figured you were riling them up. I could see people were getting riled up and shit. And I'm like,
that's what I do.
Leroy, the guy who hates Batman, is celebrating Batman Day.
Of course, I had ulterior motive. Okay. Now I have one more fan theory that's going on right now. Let me see if I can post this. Okay. And I want you to join us on this also, Eli, because like I said, you've read The Dark Knight Returns before, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Plenty of time.
One of my favorite comics of all time.
One of my favorite comics of all time. You rated it high. I rated it high. Matter of fact, anybody listening to this podcast, if you haven't read The Dark Knight Returns or not familiar with The Dark Knight Returns, why the hell are you here? Why? I mean, that's almost like required listening for this podcast to even understand half of the shit we're saying. Otherwise, we just might as well be speaking Espanol, But anyway, we're talking The Dark Knight Returns. Now, I have a fan theory. Let me see if I can get this right here. Okay. So, like I said, you read The Dark Knight Returns. And you remember this scene, we busted the wall and the mutant was like, believe me, I do it. Okay. So this scene right here, right before the mutant shoots the baby, we got to shoot a baby. Batman busted the wall, grabs the mutant gun, and does this. So my thing is, Eli, I have a question for you. Did Batman kill that guy?
Yes.
You think so? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. I'm not saying he did or did not. I'm just saying it's okay. Let's go to the next panel.
Right there. Baraka.
You're right. I'm gonna go to the next panel.
I realize that it is controversial that Batman is killing somebody, and Batman is using a gun, which he even says at the end of the comic when he starts the new Batman order or whatever, he's like, we're new weapons of silence, no guns.
Right.
We're taking it back. But Dark Knight Returns is Batman returning to being Batman. Bruce Wayne had retired. He hadn't been Batman for 10 years. And then because he's so crazy and maybe senile and have his dementia or whatever, he's kind of unhinged in that book, which is making it such a great book.
Very much so. Yes.
We realize how crazy Batman is.
Right.
Through The Dark Knight Returns. So yeah, I buy him fuck it, I'm gonna take this big ass machine gun and shoot a guy just because I'm that old and senile and I don't give a fuck anymore. But I got this, this deep rooted trauma that I just need to do this shit. Go out and whip crime ass and shit.
Because I think that's what the thing people miss about the Dark Knight Returns. They didn't understand it, that Frank Miller was really trying to point home that Batman isn't all there upstairs, or maybe he was, but now he's not. Like in this story, he's not.
It's Death Wish with Batman.
Yeah,
that's what it is. He's had enough. He's, he tried to retire. Said, I ain't gonna do this shit anymore. I'm too old for this shit. And then goes nuts. He can't do it. He can't do it anymore. And wasn't he like race car driving and shit? Like he had to get this adrenaline.
Because he was an adrenaline junkie. He needed that adrenaline.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, so he was just unhinged and kind of insane.
Right.
And
or so, even like when he first became Batman in the book, he was like, he didn't even realize he became Batman. Like he just woke up one day like, oh, what the fuck? I'm in the Batcave. I shaved my mustache. Like he didn't even realize he did this shit.
Yeah. And then Joker comes, but it's like it's all it's we can go on and on. We have gone on and on.
Right.
But I always thought that Batman, like, holy shit, he just shot that motherfucker.
To be honest, Eli, we haven't done a Dark Knight Returns breakdown. We're not gonna do it tonight. We got other shit to do. But we haven't broken this book down. But it was on the list. We didn't. Because now I'm gonna go to the next panel. On that. But like I said, Batman lit that guy up, and then he now. Because it's kind of hard to tell in this scene right here. Like, did he shoot the guy? Shoot him in the shoulder, and a headshot? I don't know. I can't tell. I don't know what's going on right there. Yeah. And I think it's left ambiguous on purpose. Like, you don't know what happened with it. And you just hear Batman, I believe you. And the dude kept saying, believe me, I'll do it. Now, I do want to go, if this scene sounds familiar to people that haven't read The Dark Knight Returns or you've seen Batman v Superman, this scene was pretty much adaptation almost word for word in Batman v Superman. Now, reason I brought that up because Zack Snyder uses that panel we just showed to justify his Batman killing. Because his thing, I'm pretty sure he didn't even read this book. He just saw that panel of Batman shooting people. He's like, well, Batman kills people. Let's do it.
I thought you were a Snyder boy or whatever.
I am, but at the same time, I can still have criticisms about it. I don't worship at his feet, like I don't pay ties to the cult, anything like that. I'm just saying I'm a fan, but I can pick apart, things that happen in the book. So yeah, so that's my thing. So I think Frank Miller left that page very ambiguous on whether or not Batman killed that guy or not.
Yeah, and I guess it's the same thing too. Like I just assumed that he did because he's just so unhinged and crazy. But then at the end, when he starts, when he meets Carrie and he starts, basically locking Gotham down and getting back into his old ways again, and starts building a new Batcave and all that shit. Then he's like, okay, we're gonna take it back to what I was doing before.
Right. We're not going to be as noisy. We're going to be in the shadows. Yeah. I'm going to do this right. It might not be the, good enough. What does he say? Good enough. It might be that last line. It'll be good enough. So yeah, I think he learns it. And I think that's his arc. He starts out going crazy. And then at the end, he realizes, okay, I gotta like rein in the insanity. Gotta pull back. Yeah, with the Sons of Batman, the SOBs. So yeah,
because they were using guns and
they violence. So he was like calming them down, also and training them. Like I would train you how to use these weapons. So yeah,
and all that, which is the point of the Batman, which is why I love the Batman the movie with the Pattinson. It was like he started out as a fucking creepy incel, halfway being a serial killer.
Right.
At the end, he's like where he's influenced the Riddler to do the same shit.
Right. Vengeance. And then he sees the Riddler bad guy say the same shit. So yeah.
Yeah, and like, okay, I gotta not be crazy. I gotta help people and stop going out and taking my fucking anger and pain out on everybody.
Right.
That's the point of that movie,
Right.
And that's why I think that's a very direct influence from Dark Knight Returns and Batman Year One and all that.
Batman Year One, all those things like that. Yeah, but questioning Batman's morality,
Yeah, like he actually learns to be a better hero, or actually learns to be a hero instead of the anti-hero, instead of the vigilante.
Right.
You know?
Instead of the things that, guys like me always criticize him for. He just beats up
Mhm.
people and he's just crazy and off this rock and shit like that. No, he's learning how to be a hero. So yeah.
Yeah, like at the end of the Batman, he's helping with the rescue efforts, and
Right.
he puts that girl on the gurney on the stretcher, and she like grabs him. She doesn't want him to leave, and he's like reassures you're gonna be okay
Right.
because I'm Batman.
Right. Which is growth from the beginning of the movie when he beats the shit out of those people. And then the
Yeah.
one guy he was trying to save is scared to even go near him.
Yeah,
He's like, oh,
yeah,
you're just as crazy as they are. So yeah.
yeah.
So,
And then the kid was the kid who wasn't scared of him. The first
Right.
one to like when he's like, "Hey, I'm here to help," and everyone's freaking out like,
right,
"Oh
everybody's
shit!"
freaking out. So yeah.
And the kid's the first one to go to him and shit. But that's just I always thought he killed him. At least that's how I interpreted it. But it's weird because when I learned about the Killing Joke,
Right.
the theory of the Killing Joke that he killed the Joker at the end, that blew my mind. I never thought of that.
Right.
Um,
And that's
So-
left up to interpretation also, because that's supposed to be like an
Yeah.
Elseworld book anyway. Now, my theory, because
Yeah.
it's an Elseworld book, they killed each other.
wow.
They killed each other. Should I pull that panel up? I'm not gonna pull that
The
panel, but I just talk about
Killing
let's
Joke?
go some more fan. We're doing more fan theory. See, now, hold up. Let me see what we got before we go there.
Oh, it's Jakey Poo's back in the hizzle.
I haven't seen y'all in a minute. Jake, we know you've been busy, man. We know. It's cool. You're here now with us, Jakey Poo. So yeah.
You got a
All right.
life. You're not a bunch of
Right.
nerds like we.
Exactly. Talking about Batman all day and shit like that. You got shit to do. Better shit to do with your time. So my theory in the Killing Joke is because we see Joker spray Batman with Joker venom. We see him do it. And then halfway through the book, it was like halfway through the book. And then about like a quarter through the way of the book, Joker has asked Batman, why aren't you laughing? Because that's what you do when you hit with Joker venom. Right before you die, you get hit with Joker venom. Why aren't you laughing? But what does Batman does at the end of the book? Laughs. The Joker venom is finally taking effect.
The Joker
before it
tells
takes
that
effect-
joke, and they yeah.
Right. He gets the joke, but at the same time, the Joker venom is finally taking effect. He's like, before you
interesting.
take me out, I'm gonna take you out.
I never thought.
Yes.
Yeah. I
We
never
can
thought
talk about
about
this all
that,
day. And that's the thing. See, that's the thing. We can talk about 100 things and facts you may know about Batman. We can do that shit all day. Who gives a fuck? Go to Wikipedia and do that shit. That's not what we're doing. We've never been about that. Not because we're unprofessional, we're not, but because we don't care about doing shit that other people have done. We want to do shit that, dig deep and deconstruct these characters, talk more about these characters, because we know about all these Batman stories. We want to go from an angle that maybe you haven't noticed about these characters. Maybe we're talking about things about Batman you haven't thought about Batman. You only know Batman from Super Friends or some shit like that. You never thought that. Maybe he is a little off his rocker, So
Yeah.
that's the thing.
And that's why I love. That's my favorite kind of Batman. Where he's a little crazy, but he has to. It's the constant inner turmoil, the constant struggle to rein it in.
Right.
Those are my favorite Batman stories. Where he's kind of a dick, but he's trying not to be a dick.
Right.
It's like Wolverine, like trying to like rein in the animal side and to be more human. That's like the same thing. The broken down psyche of a the hard boiled detective story. Trying to rein in the trauma. And so yeah, that's why I've never been a fan of like when Batman's went to the Justice League or any of that shit.
Because he's perfect. He's perfect there.
Yeah, he's a hero. He is a superhero. He's just,
Right.
And when you think about it, he's the lamest superhero out of all the.
Because he has the powers, right?
He's got no. He can't do shit.
Right.
But what was I gonna say? I had a brain fart. I was about to. Anyway, go on. I'll think of it again. But
but that's all I got. Like I said, those are the three fan theories I had. Like I said, that's just me. I've been thinking about it. You may or may not agree. I can't really post that.
Oh, that's
Batman.
why that's why I like the Lego. That's why I like the Lego Batman movies and like Harley and all, because they do deconstruction.
They do even more deconstruction. Yeah,
like Batman sitting there lonely. Yeah, where he's lonely in his big pool watching. Was it Jerry Maguire or something?
Right. After he done beat the shit out of everybody, now he just in his house just chilling because he has nothing else to do. Right. And so
yeah,
love it.
Yeah, he's
All
like
right.
kind of lonely and shit.
What you expect him to be? I mean, you would expect him to be happy and shit. I think that was what story did I read about that? They said, "Oh, night terrors." That's what it was. That was Batman's biggest nightmare, being happy or some shit. I don't know, whatever. Fuck. So, believe it, don't believe it, do whatever you want to. So,
Yeah, I mean, if Batman was happy, yeah, if Bruce Wayne was happy, he wouldn't have to be Batman.
he wouldn't be Batman, right? So you got to be angry, got to be mad all the time, got to be in one mode all the time. Yeah, if he wanted to be happy, he would have married Catwoman. And that's why this whole bullshit is going on with them right now. This whole Joker Gotham war, whatever the fuck. So yeah. And so I think we talked about Batman.
I did read. Yeah, I mean, I did read that new Batman and Robin comic, the new one. I'm not going to review it because it really doesn't. It mentions that Gotham war with him and Catwoman, but it's still just. It's not the same Batman. We're in that Gotham war. He's a dick.
Right.
And in this new book, it's just like he's the superhero.
It's almost like they were
down the lane.
It's almost like they're writing their book anyway. And let's just, since Gotham War is tying in, let's just write some real quick shit to just kind of tie it in, even though it's got nothing to do with that. That's what it feels like. I'll review that book later on.
Yeah.
Spoiler.
It's just Dave. Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. We'll talk about
I'm going to review it. We'll shit on that book later on. So we'll talk about that. Being said, move on to the next part podcast. Okay. So we're going to talk next about Aquaman. We're going to talk about the Aquaman trailer. Okay. Like I said, now I actually have some things to say about this Aquaman trailer. This Aquaman trailer actually has some things going on with it. Eli, you froze up, aren't you? Yep, he's froze up. I'm going to talk about it anyway. He'll be mad at me, but I'm going to talk about it anyway. All right. Oh, you there?
Am I freezing up?
Yeah, you are. It's cool. I'm just glad you're back before I start talking about Aquaman.
Yeah,
okay.
I might. Yeah, it seems like my internet must be shitty.
Okay. All right. So, like I said, we're going to talk about Aquaman. Okay. Trying to see before I talk about that. Trying to see what is this. Okay. Yeah, we're going to talk about Aquaman. Aquaman 2 trailer drop. First thing we see is Aquaman riding a seahorse. That should tell you everything you know about not just this movie, but the Aquaman franchise in general. And not just movie, but Aquaman. If you think Aquaman riding a seahorse is goofy, Aquaman ain't for you. But if you want to see Aquaman ride a giant seahorse in the next movie, this movie is for you. As a matter of fact, Aquaman is for you because that's what he does in the comics, ride giant seahorses all the time and shit. I think the seahorse even got a name. I can't remember the name. I'm not that deep in the Aquaman lore to know the seahorse name or some shit, but that's the thing. But before I get into it, Eli, because I have some thoughts. I want to know what you have to think about it first. What you think about the Aquaman 2 trailer?
They look fine.
Cool. Okay. All right. That's fine. I have some more things to say.
I enjoyed the first Aquaman movie because it did kind of like borrow from, was it the Dan Abnett run?
Yeah.
So I
and the Jeff Johns run also.
Yeah, I actually enjoyed those comics. That made me those comics made me an Aquaman fan. So I enjoyed it. I mean, yeah, he rides Cthulhu into battle. Like, what the hell,
That's all I wanted. Just give me that. I'm good. I didn't even know I wanted that until they gave it to me.
Yeah. So this one looks more the same. It's the same, Black Manta back in the house, and he's got to go. Was it Ocean Master's got to go rescue his brother. So that's what we're going to talk about.
Okay. Let's talk about this compared to another superhero movie. Okay. So you have a superhero rescuing his criminal brother, breaking him out of jail, who was the bad guy of the last movie, to fight another bad guy who's got this evil mystical weapon from the beginning of time to destroy the world. What movie does that remind you of?
Like a Thor movie.
Thor: The Dark World. It's the exact same fucking plot. I mean, Aquaman: The Dark World. What are we doing here? So I guess I don't know. Maybe I'm the only one that noticed. I'm like, okay, DC, you already 0 for 4 right now. Then you gonna rip off The Dark World for your next movie? Okay.
Well, they were saying about they said that about the first movie. They said that the first Aquaman movie was just ripping off Black Panther's plot.
But Black Panther ripped off Hamlet. It's all Hamlet. That's all it was. But I get it. But yeah, that's all it was. So like I said, the main bad guy is Black Manta. Suppose one of the coolest things in the first movie, didn't do shit in the first movie, though they advertised the hell out of him. But he's supposed to be the main bad guy in this one. And also Aquababy is in this movie. So that being said, so you got Black Manta and Aquababy in this movie. People are theorizing that this movie might adapt one of the most fucked up stories in comics history. And I don't know if you know the story. Brace yourself. The story is Black Manta kills Aquababy. Like they did that in the comic. Like who wrote that shit? Why would they think that was a good story? I don't know. That's what they did. And Aquaman, we had one of the darkest stories in comics history. But yeah, that's where we're going now. But the one thing that everybody is happy for, like the internet has collectively cheered about, you don't see Mira in the poster, in the trailer. Like maybe one scene where she's like caged up and trapped and shit, but that's about it. Yeah, I figured he was about to go out. So yeah. So are you back? Yeah, you were gone for a minute. Just to catch you up what I was doing, I was just saying that everybody's happy that Mira was like the only one scene. Yeah, you've been freezing and kind of like talking in Kung Fu Chinese also. Like words not matching up. But yes, that's going on right now with Aquababy. So we'll see where to go from that one. We'll give Eli a few more chances to come back. But until he comes back, let me just do one thing. Also, I am upset that you guys let Winning Time go out of get canceled. They just announced that it got canceled today. It only made it 2 seasons, one of my favorite shows on TV. Y'all didn't watch it, y'all didn't promote it, y'all didn't say anything about it, and now it's canceled. Now we'll never see what happens when Michael Jordan and Isaiah Thomas enters the NBA and they dramatize that. So I blame all of y'all for that. That's your fault. So yeah. I just went on a rant. Yeah, you're back. Yeah, I went on a rant about Winning Time. That's all. I was just filibustering. All right. So yeah, are you back now? Okay. No, you're not. Okay. All right. So next part of the podcast, what we're gonna do is the Vidja Game section. I'm gonna just fly through some things till Eli gets fixed. Okay. So for those who don't know, you only got 2. Okay, you back? Okay. I don't know if you're backing up. But anyway, so we got
fucking lame.
you can't come in and out. So yeah. All right. So you got 2 weeks left for, I'm trying to see if I can find this thing. Yeah, you got 2 weeks left to get the Avengers. Yeah. The Marvel Avengers video game. Now, for those who don't know, if you don't have the game yet, don't worry, he'll be back. If you don't have the game yet, just letting you know right now that the game is $4. $4 right now on every platform. PS5, Xbox One X, Steam, $4. So go ahead and get the game now. I understand that it got a bad rap when the game first came out and it had glitches and all stuff like that. They fixed the game since then. Whole bunch of DLC since then. You got Black Panthers, like a whole campaign mode Black Panther in it, both of the Hawkeyes, somebody else. I can't remember who else. But that's going on with the game right now. So you get all of that. And the campaign mode by itself is awesome. And it's just $4. I bought it on every platform, even for platforms I don't even own. I don't even have a PS5. And I bought the game for $4. It's $4. So if I don't recommend anything else in this on this podcast, I recommend that game. Go buy it right now, because if you don't buy it in the next 2 weeks, you won't see the game again. They're deplatforming it. It won't be anywhere sold. You won't be able to buy it at all. So go ahead and buy it now for $4 before it's gone forever. So that's all I got right there. So hold on. Let me see what Eli got. Okay. Eli's restarted the modem. So I guess I can talk about Batman one more time while he's doing his thing. I'm going to talk about Batman again. As a matter of fact, I'm going to go a little bit deep into that Killing Joke thing. By Eli's fixing this modem. All right. So like I said, with the Killing Joke, you'll see it. Killing Joke. I can pull it up. Okay. All right. So, like I said, my theory is everybody thinks that Batman killed the Joker, but I think they both killed the Joker because at the very last scene, it's quiet. You'll see it. And I don't really want to break the thing down like that. Shit, let me see. That's what happened when you go live. All right. So, Killing Joke. We got Killing Joke pulled up. And Man, well, let me read it. Anyway, point is, if you've seen the book, go back and read the book. You'll see what's going on. At the very end scene, it goes quiet. Neither one of them are saying anything. Both of them are like super quiet. So that's why I think that there's something else going on with the book, that both of them got taken out. So yeah. Eli's still gone. It's okay. And you know what? Is Eli gone? I'll go ahead and review my first book. We're on comic book section now. We're in the comic book section. I'll go ahead and review it. I'm not going to review the Batman book. I'm waiting for him to come back to see if he's back. So I'm going to do the Avengers book first. So we're going to do Avengers Inc. That's the book we're doing right now. What's good about this book? I guess it's a Wasp book. If anybody reads Wasp, I guess I'm the only person that ever reads Wasp book, but that's what sold me on this book. Is because now I know it's a whole bunch of Watchmen, and it's the Jenny Van Dyne one, the OG one, the one that started off with the Avengers. It's her. So that's her. And she started her own investigation agency. That's what's going on right now with her. So let's see if I can get that going. Let's see. Yeah. There we go. Okay. So she started her own investigative agency. And she's kind of with the Avengers, but not with the Avengers. But we talk about it, so we go from there. So yeah. All right. So the book starts off with the Raft. So the Raft, of course, you know, is the superhuman jail cell where they put all the superhumans bad guys in. And then there is a bad guy named Whirlwind. Now, if you don't know Whirlwind's like an old school. He's not only an old school Avengers villain, he's an old school Wasp villain, and he got shot. And he got shot in the head, and all he heard was justice is served. So we go to, I guess, the morgue, and who's there? Wasp is there. Now, the reason Wasp is there looking at Whirlwind, because for all the Avengers, Whirlwind is kind of like her Lex Luthor, her Joker. That's like her main bad guy. Because the thing is, Whirlwind was like stalking her, like back in the early books of the Avengers. He masqueraded as her chauffeur, just so he can keep tabs on us. He can find out everywhere she was going, and then like kidnapped her. And okay, hold up. I think I heard him. Hold on. Let's see what we got. Nope. He is still buffering, but that's okay. Are you back now? Okay. You were buffering for a sec, but I think you're back. Okay. Hello. Eli. Okay. I see him blinking, but I don't see anything else. Oh, he got like a blank state for okay. I kind of see you moving, Eli, but you're not moving. Okay.
My hair?
Yeah, you're there. Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah, you there? Okay, you kind of there, but not there. Okay. All right. So back to the Wasp. All right. So the thing is, it's kind of like her main guy, her Lex Luthor. And basically, she wants to know who killed him. And the main thing is that the guards don't care who killed him, because he was already a criminal and he was on his way to trial. So they were like, whoever shot him, good riddance. But at the same time, Watts is like, no, you just can't shoot people just because they're in jail. They got to have a fair trial before they go to jail. So she just, and it turns out there's 6 other supervillains that were shot also. So, but no one in the jail cell cares. So she's like, since there's nobody to avenge them, and I'm the first Avenger, I'll avenge them. And I'll take the case and find out who did it. But the thing is, she has to get clearance from the mayor, and they don't know who the mayor is. The mayor is Luke Cage. Luke Cage is the mayor right now, and he's basically saying he wants to hire Wasp to complete the mission to find out who killed those guys, because nobody else cares, because they're criminals, and everybody's just like, oh, wait, you're doing them a favor just shooting these criminals already. But since none of them who had trial already, like that isn't fair to them. So they think they have a lead. They think maybe the Scourge of the Underworld, the game just goes around like kill B-list villains, and C-list villains are back, but it may not be. So she decides to take the case, and she'll find out who killed them. So she goes there and shrinks down to like investigate the body. And when she investigates the body, she realized that the bullet hole isn't really a bullet hole. It was like almost like somebody drilled in. There's no blood splatter or anything like that. There's something else going on here. Because it's not like a regular bullet that went through him. And plus, a regular bullet wouldn't kill all these super criminals anyway. Like, what actually did this to them? And while she's doing that, that's when one of the super criminals come back. I think Quicksand. She comes back to life, even though she was shot. And before she can kill the guard, Watts like shoots her to get off of her, and she comes for her. But while that happens, the other 6 criminals show up also. So all of them are back. but they don't know how they got here. So it's not anything they did. Somebody shot them and somehow brought them back. So, but they're like, well, we're awake, and the only thing stopping us from escaping and breaking out of the raft is one Avenger, just Wasp. And all we got to do is just kill her. We just make it out of here. So Wasp got to fight her way out of there. So she's fighting these guys, fighting Griffin and fighting Quicksand and Icicle. I can't remember what this guy's name is. His name is Icicle. But while she's fighting him, Whirlwind stands up also, but he's not Whirlwind anymore. He's got vision powers, so he can go intangible and super strong and all this shit like that. So he's like, you're not gonna, and he doesn't remember he's Whirlwind. So basically, Wasp and Whirlwind team up and fight these guys and beat them up and take them back. And that's it. And Wasp says that, not Wasp, but he says his name isn't Whirlwind because they take him back to jail also. My name is Whirlwind. My name is Vic Shade. Now, if you know your Avenger lore, Vic Shade is the name Vision used to use when he was undercover pretending to be human. So Wasp like, since y'all were going to let me take these corpses anyway, I want Victor Shade to come with me. I already got the paperwork. You got to come with me. The mayor signed off on it. You can't say anything about it. And he was like, fine, but if you do that, I want like an ankle bracelet on him at all times. I want to know his whereabouts and everything, and he's in your care. So that's it. So Whirlwind, who's been reincarnated as Victor Shade, and Wasp has started their own investigation agency, bankrolled by Luke Cage, called Avengers Incorporated. The end. Okay. Yeah. So not the best book ever, but it was a book. So I guess that's what's going on. I probably won't be picking up issue 2 because the book was not what I was expecting. I wasn't expecting like Whirlwind to show up in it like that, but it was cool. Like Wasp doing an investigation book. But I don't know. Anytime I read any of those investigation books, like X Factor Investigation and somebody else had an investigation book, they kind of, I don't know, slower pace for me. So since Eli's still not back, I guess I'll go ahead and do this Batman book. So, yeah. So we're gonna do. Where is it? Okay. So since this is Batman week and it's Batman Day, we're gonna do Batman and Robin #1. So yes, father and son are back together. This is the Batman, Bruce Wayne, and Batman, Robin, Damian Wayne. It's those two. Let me see if I can find that book. There we go. Okay, so Batman and Robin are back. They have been apart forever because they've been fist fighting each other, and they've been split apart from each other, and they kind of hated each other. They've been at each other's throats, but now they're on the same side because they have both been kicked out of the Bat family. Oh, here we go. I think Eli's back. Let's see. All right. Let's see if he's back. You back?
Am I back?
Yeah. I think you're back. Okay.
Yeah. You sound better now.
Okay. Because you were last time you clicked in, you were kind of in and out, but not in and out.
Yeah, same here with you. Like you keep cutting out, so I'm sure it's my fucking shitty ass modem way up on the 3rd floor, and I'm in. I don't know.
We're here on next one. But now that you're back, I'm about to throw you to the wolves. Since we're already at the comic book section, you can go ahead and try one and see, and we'll see how it goes.
Okay.
Before I jump into Batman and Robin.
All right. So I'm up, I guess. I take it.
Yeah, I've already done Avengers Incorporated, so yeah.
Okay, I'll do this Ghost
My
Rider
review
real
is
quick.
Up, so yeah. All right, so let's do Ghost Rider. Let's switch
that. Ghost Rider number 18. Benjamin Percy still on the book. This is just we get the origin story of Talia Warroad.
And this is after the Hell's Vengeance, War Vengeance, whatever it was.
Yeah, the whole Wolverine tie-in.
Yeah.
So, so Talia Warroad is like the chick that Johnny Blaze has been running around with. She used to work for the FBI. She has these like psychic abilities, and she's been helping Johnny Blaze track down all these demons. Well, this book kind of gives her the origin story of how she got her power. She was a little kid seeing demons and shit, kind of like the Sixth Sense. Kind of night. Fuck. Am I here?
Yeah, I see.
Am I here?
Yeah, I hear you. Can you hear me?
Yo, my back. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
never left.
Obviously,
Yeah.
I'm cutting out again. So it was cool. It's an origin story of Tali Railroad. 4 out of 5. I'm gonna go upstairs. So start the book, and I'm gonna probably go into a better place.
Okay.
Go upstairs to better signal and shit because this is getting stupid now.
All right.
I'll be back.
Okay, cool. Eli will return. All right. So right then I'm gonna remove him, put me back there. He'll be back. Don't worry. All right. So the book I'm going to do, I'm going to start it one more time. We're going to do Batman and Robin. Like I said, it's Bruce Wayne and Damian Wayne, father and son. They're back whooping ass after they've been at each other's throat for like the last 2 years, ever since Alfred died. But now they're back. So they have their own book. We're going to see where we're going to go from there. So, and this has kind of tie into that whole Gotham War, but not really Gotham War. And it's written by Joshua Williamson, who writes everything at DC. And of course, he's writing this also. So we'll just go from there. All right. So let's get to it. So book starts off at the Gotham Zoo. Now, it's very important why it's at the Gotham Zoo, because it's got some narration about how the evolution and natural order and things like that. But we look inside the zoo, there's this one person that is experimenting on a bat and a bird and a robin. A bird, but I assume it's a robin. So why are they doing that? We don't know. Maybe we'll find out later on down the road, but let's go to it. So the book opens up with Batman and Robin with jetpacks. Well, they have jetpacks because they're going to chase down a Zeppelin. I don't know if you see it, but it's right there. It's just down a Zeppelin fighting some person named White Rabbit. And White Rabbit is just like, she's kidnapping the Zeppelin and everybody aboard the Zeppelin and taking them to her boss. And she likes, since we're so high up on the Zeppelin and we're in Gotham, there's nobody up high enough that can save you, even though we see Batman and Robin right there crashing through the window. This is just an awesome panel. I just love this panel right here. It's awesome. And that's when White Rabbit is like, oh shit. And the thing is, like, Batman and Robin, they're just having fun. Robin's just like, I bet I can beat more bad guys than you can. And Batman's just like, serious Robin, let's take out the save the hostages first, then we'll keep score. So they're both just having fun. They're just enjoying themselves, having a good old time. And yeah, and we got this. And matter of fact, they even after they beat up the White Rabbit, they fist bump each other. And it's like, okay, let's go home. So they go home to the brownstone where they are. And Bruce got one of his groupies saying, like, you want to come with me later on the night? She's like, no, we can't. My son's staying with me for the weekend. He's here, so I can't go out. And that's it. So Damian is now living with Bruce in the brownstone. They're there. It's a growing pain. Like I said, they haven't lived together for years. Ever since Bruce shut down the mansion and left the mansion, they haven't lived together because Damian has been all over the world doing whatever the shit he does. And he's basically telling me, you got your own room. We got all the stuff you need. We got access to the sewers. We got back computer downstairs. It's kind of like the mansion, but it's not like the mansion, but you can make it your house if you want to. Just stay with me. So Damian is there, and he's kind of reminiscing on all the crazy shit he's gone through. And he got this big panel of all the stuff. Because, like I said, that Robin book that came out, I think, like last year or a year before, Johnson Williamson wrote that also. Not shocking anybody, but like Flatline and Damian, reconnecting with Ra's al Ghul and getting retrained by him and all stuff like that. And I'm pretty sure this book almost feels like a sequel to that book, that Robin book that he made last year. So it feels like that. And basically Damian just telling him, look, we can do this, buddy shit later on. Let's get some sleep so we can do patrol. And he slits the door on him. So, and then the next morning, Damian, and the funny thing is, like, Damian in that Robin book last year was kind of like a manga fan. So he's a manga. Now it seems like he's writing his own story or manga or comic or something like that. And it's funny what he puts in this book is that he's writing this character called himself the Prince of Crows, but he lists his mother as the hero and his father as the criminal. That's interesting how Damian sees his parental figures. And he's basically saying, like, they're both some of the best trainers in the world, best martial artists in the world, but they suck as parents. Then that's what Damian thinks of them, So Bruce wakes up the next morning. He's ready to, get the bed. And Damian has already cooked breakfast. He's already made tea. He's made good food for them. And basically they sit down and just have breakfast, And basically they're having a conversation about Bruce is trying to tell Damon, look, if you're gonna live with me, we're gonna have some rules and something I got to talk to you about. I've enrolled you in Gotham Heights. You're starting high school. And Damon's like, okay, cool. So who's my target? What's my identity? Who am I going as? And how long will I be there? He's like, you're going as Damian Wayne, son of Bruce Wayne. You already told me that when you was at Lazarus Island, how you reconnected with all those kids down there. So you need to be around kids your own age. So that's why I enroll you in school. And he's like, oh, why would I need to go to school? I'm smarter than every teacher at that school. I don't need to be there. Besides, that's cutting into my crime fighting time. He was like, besides, I've been already working a case that you were working with, that Zeppelin case. And I find out what White Rabbit was doing. There was one scientist on that Zeppelin that she was trying to kidnap, but she took everybody to kind of cover it up to make it seem like it wasn't that guy. So what we need to do is find that scientist to find out why everybody is going after him and, what's so special about him. So and Bruce is just like, okay, we'll go. We'll take the Batmobile and we'll go visit scientists tonight. And no, you cannot drive, Damien. And it's like, I don't need your car anymore, Father. I've been all around the world. I have my own car. So now we see the first appearance of the Robin Mobile. It's like a dune buggy he's driving, and Batman is in the passenger seat. So they're driving, and they get to the doc's house, and you got Killer Croc and Orca. They kidnapping the doctor, so they jump out, and they're ready to fight. And Killer Croc is like, "Why you bring the smallest Robin here, Batman? I can barely pick my teeth with one that small." And Robin's just like, "Oh, I can kick your ass. You don't need the big Robins. You can't even handle me." And that's when Crockett's just like, well, the word on the street is both of you have been kicked out by the other Robins. So I got something that you don't have, Batman. Family. And that's when you get a whole bunch of animal super criminals. So you got Orca, Killer Croc, Man-Bat, and the terrible trio, Fox, Vulture, and Shark. Those three. And they just shoot at them. And so Man-Bat is getting away with the doctor. And meanwhile, we see the main villain. This is the main villain of the story who we don't see yet. And they have Batman in their sights and just like, no, we're not going to shoot you yet, Batman. We got to make you suffer. We got to take away the main thing you love. And while Man-Bat is taking away the scientist, Batman like ropes up Man-Bat, goes after him. But while this happening, the main bad guy of the story shoots Batman in the neck, and Batman falls down to the thing. And meanwhile, Robin is beating up the terrible trio, kicks off one of their masks, and realizes that there's actually an animal under the mask. So Fox is an actual fox under the fox mask. That didn't used to be a thing. The terrible trio are regular people, but now they're like mutants in the animals. And the rest of them take off their masks, and Robin's like, what the hell? And they just leave because Batman's in trouble. So Robin goes after Batman to see what's going on. He's like, somebody shot me in the neck, but it wasn't with a bullet. It was like some kind of pellet or a gas thing or something like that. And it's making me kind of drowsy, but we need to get to the Batcave now. We need to get back to headquarters before we mess up. So, but while this going on, the bats come out of nowhere, like regular bats, and start attacking Batman. So whatever he was hit with from that bad guy is making the bats attack him. The things that he loved are now his worst enemy. So the end. So that's what's going on right now. So yeah, Batman is being attacked. Here's one thing. I know Eli's going to share this book, but I kind of like this book because it's a continuation of, okay, here we go. Let's see.
We're back. All right.
Okay, you back? Okay. All right, cool. All right, I just did Batman and Robin, number 1.
Oh,
yeah, you've already read it, so you're good on that. Okay, so let's give you quick thoughts. Now we can talk about the book. Now we can shit on it.
Okay.
We're at that point. You came in just at the right time.
So you didn't like it?
No, I actually did like it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
No, I didn't.
I'm gonna tell you why I like it. I'm gonna tell you why I like it.
Okay.
Because this book because Josh Williamson wrote it. And it seems like direct continuation of that Robin book I read, when he went to like the island and like the anime shit.
Yeah,
like that. It's basically a continuation of that. It makes a lot of reference to that. So if you give me a continuation of that book, but just putting Batman in it, I'm cool because it feels like this feels like it's more of a Robin book than a Batman book. Or a Damian Wayne book. I put it like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't mind it as a story. I think it's fine.
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be a continuation of that Bat-Cat Gotham War thing.
Right, and they gave like a panel for lip service, but other than that,
Yeah.
it's not really.
Yeah, it's just it isn't the same Batman because like Batman's a total asshole in that book,
Right.
but in this book,
Like no
he's all-
Zern-R in this or anything like that. You
Yeah.
can tell they're written by two different people. So,
yeah, him and Damian are just skipping merrily down the lane,
Mhm.
fighting crime, which is fine.
Right.
I just didn't. Yeah, I thought it was going to be a whole tie-in. I was expecting the continuation because I am digging that story.
Right.
So
And
I was
this really just feels like a side story. That's
yeah,
all.
this is just like another World's Finest or something. So on that level, it's fine.
Yeah.
Because I was hoping to go back into that Catwoman war.
Right. And that was a letdown also. Like I think this book came out at the wrong time.
Yeah.
This book should have came out after all this shit went down.
Because Batman's totally not a dick in this book.
Damien's not a dick in this book.
That's
That's what kind of threw me off about that. Like because
I actually thought, is this Damian or is this Tim?
Yeah,
Like,
it kind of threw me off at first. Like this isn't Damien, is it? It was like, but yeah. So both of them seem like out of character versus what we've seen in other books before. But I'm cool with it. I feel like they just needed something for Batman Day. I think that's why I think that's the only reason this book exists.
Yeah.
Even though it's continuation, but I think this should have been pushed back later on after all that shit went down, and then you can tell this easy breezy Batman and Robin story or whatever.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it was. I think that it was the tone shift because, I haven't read Batman in a while, so I'm just now jumping back on Batman books, and I was digging that whole Gotham War thing, and so to pick this up, and it's a total tonal shift where it's just like happy-go-lucky. It's happy Batman,
right. And Happy Damien. I'm like, wait, what?
And Happy Damien. So I was like, okay, I was not expecting this. So
right.
But yeah, it's a fine story. I do dig that, Killer Croc and his mutant squad of criminals and shit. I dig that whole thing.
It's a theme of animal villains because whoever is
and-
the main bad guy is like doing shit to animals.
Yeah, and Batman's probably going to turn into a bat or something.
Yeah, bat again or some shit. So yeah.
So it's kind of the zany, wacky, Brave and the Bold type of story versus the gritty.
Very much so.
Shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that I was expecting to read, that I've been digging on with the Gotham War, but no, I thought it was okay.
And I kind of like it that Batman and Damian, where Bruce and Damian are back to status quo, where they're not fighting each other and at each other's throat and shit like that.
Yeah.
No, they're trying to reconnect. So I thought that was a pretty cool story.
They're getting along,
yeah,
and that's taking an adjustment too.
Yeah, right. Because even when they were cool with each other, they still weren't cool with each other. They were still antagonistic. So this is like the most father and son they've ever been. Almost to the point that it felt like out of character. Like, are we reading something else?
Yeah, like I say, is this Tim or who the fuck is this?
Right. He doesn't like Damien.
Yeah.
So that's what's going on. So all right, but that's all I got. So you can take it from there.
All right. Well, I will do Daredevil #1.
I was gonna read this, so I'm glad you picked it up.
This is the new.
You know why I didn't read it?
Solomon Ahmed, huh?
You know why I didn't read it?
Why?
Because of that shitty ass cover. That's why.
Well, he's not the artist.
I know. When I actually picked it up, I know he's not the artist, but still, this is.
It kind of looks like Frank Miller, though, in a way. Kind of like a throwback to like old Frank Miller.
He
style.
tries. He tries.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But that is Ramita, though, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
But it's not Ramita doing the book. In fact, the art is like very like bright and crisp and clean.
Okay, it's Aaron
kind of
Kuder.
weird.
He's been around. He used to draw. He used to do Superman for a while.
Yeah, I mean, for a while, Daredevil books have been kind of gritty and dark. So seeing this like very bright colored, clean art style was like, wow, This is like it's very bright and cartoony in a way, but it works. I mean, this was good. This was good. It had a lot. I mean, it is the new run, the new writer on this series.
This writer
picking up
used
where
to
Chip
do
Zdarsky
Miles
left
Morales.
off.
Yeah, this writer used to do Miles
Yes,
Morales.
yeah, I read his Miles. I was reading his Miles Morales for a while.
That's pretty
too.
good.
I read that
Yeah,
for a
that's
while.
pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty good run.
Yeah. So Solomon Ahmed, he's picking up where Chip Zdarsky let off, and it's still the same story. He didn't really, nothing's really set back to status quo. He is dealing with the whole thing that Chip Zdarsky did, where Daredevil died. He went to hell, sacrificed his soul to save his friends' souls, and he mysteriously came back to life. And so that's where we are now. Matt Murdock is alive, but he doesn't remember anything, and he is a priest. He's a priest working at
kind
some.
of threw me off. Like, okay, so
yeah, he's working at this this home for wayward youth in Hell's Kitchen. He's helping out at-risk children, at-risk youth, and he can't remember anything. He can't remember his old life. And we still have Elektra, who's been Daredevil. She's still Daredevil. And she kind of watches over Matt, and she sees him, knows him, but she knows he can't remember her. So one night she gets like possessed by some demon. And this demon's after Matt. So this demon possesses Elektra and goes after Matt. And Matt performs an exorcism.
okay.
Yeah. Drives the demon out. He can kind of sort of remember Elektra. His memories are slowly coming back. This scene that in this pic here, there's a girl he's like looking after at the wayward home, and like her pimp boyfriend shows up wanting her back, and his gang tries to jump him. And he's a priest, and they try to beat his ass, but he like dodges every bullet or dodges every blow and whips their asses instead. So he can kind of sort of remember his fighting instincts, but doesn't know why. And same thing with Elektra. When he finds Elektra, he remembers her. He remembers his feelings for her, but he doesn't remember everything.
Mm-hmm.
So
like her name and stuff like that. But yeah.
Yeah. So and the next day he does his whole thing. He works at the home. He does his priest duties and all that shit. But then at night, he dresses up as the devil again.
Oh, okay.
Puts on his costume, and that's where it says to be continued. So he feels that drive to be Daredevil, but he doesn't remember doing any of that. So, but this was good. I mean, and it also, there was a lot of the religious influence. Matt Murdock's like his Catholic background comes through, and that struggling with the religion aspect of it, being this vigilante, fighting crime while still trying to be a good Catholic schoolboy, all that comes in, the whole guilt and, trying to do what's right, trying to be forthright, which is what Daredevil tries to be, but also trying not to let that violent get too violent in a way, so to speak.
Right.
So in a way, it's kind of like the Batman book, or what we talk about with Batman struggling to rein in his insanity,
Right.
Matt Murdock is similar.
Right. How much is this like really bringing justice?
Be a good Christian or a good Catholic.
Right. And how much of it is actually wanting to
the religion aspect. It's basically the Batman psyche. Yeah.
Yeah. What I was saying, like how much of it is they actually want to bring justice, and how much of it is they just want to just beat the shit out of people, because it's cathartic, because it's letting out their own demons,
Yeah. That striking that balance.
Right.
That's the whole interesting, that's what makes these characters interesting,
Right.
That they're not perfect, So yeah, we can complain about Batman and what an asshole he is, but he's not. He's still an interesting character. He's still a struggle.
Right.
He's imperfect.
And that's the thing.
And Daredevil's the same way.
Right. And I actually like Batman because of the flawed system, not because he's a perfect character. I mean, if he was a perfect character, he'd be boring. You know, the fact is, you know, whether or not he's good, whether or not he's doing the right thing, whether he struggles with whether or not he's doing the right thing, that's what makes these characters complicated and interesting. You know, if he was just in the right all the time, I wouldn't read him.
Yeah, and Matt is struggling with that too. I mean, he's he feels like this is God's plan. Like he doesn't know why, but there's a reason why he came back to life. And the reason why
Matt Murdock is a walking contradiction anyway. Like I say, he's a lawyer that's a vigilante.
Breaks the law.
Right, who breaks the law. He's a priest, you know, that dressed up like a devil. You know, he's a Catholic that's a sex fiend. You know,
he's a priest, right? And I don't know, does he bang Elektra? They don't really show it. You don't really know because he exorcises the demon from Elektra, and then then it cuts to a little bit later. They're just talking, and like did he just bang her? But he's still in his priest suit,
right?
You know, but yeah, I mean, he's trying to balance those two forces, and you know, and like I said, back to this whole thing that he doesn't know why, but he thinks there is a reason why he's come back from hell and was gifted this life as a life of peace, of just being a priest. Like I went to hell, I made this sacrifice for my friends, and now I've been gifted this life, this peaceful life of just, you know, being a priest. Why am I going back to beating the shit out of people?
Right.
You know, is it that the right thing to do? Do I want to compromise this peace? You know, so that's a big question he does to himself. You know, he questions himself why. You know, so interesting stuff, and it's the start of a new run. So I thought it was pretty good. So I'll give it a 4 out of 5.
Nice. Okay. All right. It's still on you. I'm actually booked out.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I ran through.
What did I do? I did. I'll do Incredible Hulk number 4. Back to the monster roots of the Hulk. You know, he's been running around.
The giant-sized Man-Thing.
Yes. He encounters the Man-Thing in this book. He Man-Thing actually swallows him up, burns Bruce Banner, and swallows him up. But in this panel or this page, you can see Hulk. He hulks out while inside the Man-Thing and bursts out of the Man, which I thought was pretty gnarly. But yeah, he's been on the run. There's that the eldest or this demon. These monsters are summoning all the monsters to find the Hulk. So Bruce Banner's on the run from all these monsters. He's got a little sidekick girl who's had an abusive father who's tagging along with her. They end up like in Florida or someplace, and where there's like this haunted lake that's kind of tempting people to, you know, go in there and drown, basically. pretty. Yeah.
Wow, okay.
A lot of horror books this week between this and Ghost Rider and the whole, ghosts and stuff. There's a lot of very supernatural horror books this week. But yeah, so they're dealing with this haunted lake, and that's where the Man-Thing shows up. It's like, there's some demon or there's a monster in this lake that's, luring people to their death. We got to deal with it. And that's kind of where the book ends, different artists this week. That was a little unfortunate. It's not bad art, but just the other artist has been killing it lately on this book. But no, this is still dope. It's still, Hulk versus monsters. And now he's teaming up with the Man-Thing. So they haven't lost me yet. Another 4 out of 5. So yeah, there's that one. And then my last book I will do is The CULL, number 2. This is that Kelly Thompson book. I left my shit downstairs. I had all my tablet, my notes with all the credits. So sorry, it's Kelly Thompson with I forget this artist's name, but the art is awesome. Just that very photorealistic art, which I just lost it.
Yeah, I saw you there. Like, don't do it.
I was trying to trying to get oh crap. Let me get it back up. But no, the art is great. Very photorealistic, and this is more of a character study, which is kind of weird. That this is this might be my book of the week.
So that's the art for the whole book, like that.
Yeah, it looks very like it's like photos.
Huh.
So basically, this is kind of like the Goonies or Stranger Things. It's a group of friends. They're doing this one last adventure. They're shooting a short film, and so this like the last weekend of the summer. They're getting together to shoot this film. They go out on. They live in this coastal town. During low tide, they're trying to go out to these rock formations out on the beach during low tide. They can only get there during low tide. So they go out there and they uncover some portal to another dimension. And that's kind of about it. It's very ambiguous, a lot of mystery. We don't really know why or what's going on, but this is very character focused. We focused on a lot of the characters. One of the girls, her brother went missing. So she thinks her brother is in this world, went through this portal. So they all kind of follow her. So not a lot happens, but we are getting a lot of character background. And I think that's what makes this book, that's the strong aspect of the book, is we're getting to know these characters, the camaraderie, their friendships, their relationships. And we're just exploring this world as we explore these characters. That's all that's happening. There's really not a lot happening. It's just them talking and we're getting their histories and their backgrounds. But it's just really pretty to look at. It's just, I was like, it just dawned on me. I was like, I was so into it. And I was like, nothing happened. Because in the first issue, there's a big monster shows up. You know, like the first page, like this big monster's like attacking the town. And they go, oh, wait, then they go to the flashback. Let me tell you how we got here. And then we start the book, you know. So obviously some monsters are around, but we don't know yet. We're still exploring this world, exploring this other dimension as we explore the characters. So it's interesting that I like this as much as I did. I don't know. It's like, because like I said, there's no fights, there's no violence, no monsters, no one gets killed, there's no blood or gore. It's just people talking. But it was really pretty to look at, and it just sort of we're just getting to know these characters. And like I said, I really liked it. I don't know. So yeah, this gets a 4 out of 5. You know, and just for the art alone, it's like really pretty to look at. You know, so yeah, and that's it.
That's it. Okay. All right. Now, can we talk about Killing Joke one more time? I finally got it pulled up. You know what? The reason, because I was going to show it on DC Universe, but guess what? It's not on Killing on DC Universe unless you pay for that Ultra version.
Oh, really?
Like the regular Killing Joke, not on there. Like what the hell?
So really?
Yeah.
I'm gonna look that up.
Yeah,
I don't believe. Why am I? That's like an old ass book. Like why?
Right.
Why not?
You just imagine that it's there. So I just thought, okay, it's on DC Universe. No, it's on the premium Ultra version of DC Universe. That's the one way you can read Killing Joke.
Really?
So but if you get like regular DC Universe, Killing Joke's not on there. But that's okay. I got it anyway. There's always a red around everything.
Did you just upgrade?
Hell no.
Okay.
No, it's not that serious.
You're dedicated to the pod, man. I gotta upgrade to the previous.
Like in the middle of the pod, like I'm gonna show you my credit card. Just do it right now. No. But we're gonna go to so you see it right there. Joker sprays Batman with Joker venom.
Mm-hmm.
And matter of fact, you can even see it. Perhaps you kill me, perhaps I kill you. Okay, we're gonna go to it. We're gonna keep moving, and then you can see it. He even asks him, why aren't you laughing or some shit? He says it right here. Yeah, why don't you see this funny spot? Why aren't you laughing? He's like, why haven't it kicked in yet? And he's like, because
I always thought because it's the bat suit. It was Joker venom proof or some shit.
But you see it.
Oh yeah.
You're right. He's right there. He's been infected. So as a matter of fact, it's burning, scabbing, all this stuff like that. Try to see if I can find the panel. Oh, right there.
Yeah. He's got it's all boiling up and shit.
No, he got affected. He got infected by it. So we get through all that, all towards the end, and then at the very end, like I said, he tells a joke and he starts laughing. Okay. And yeah, you can interpret that, okay, Batman finds the joke funny, or it finally kicked in. But the thing is, Batman is like laughing really hard at this joke. And both of them are laughing, and then they both stop laughing. Now, if Batman keeps laughing, neither one of them are laughing anymore.
Yeah.
And then, so that's why I think both of them went out. And that's when everybody thinks that Batman, let me see if I can pull it up. That Batman, because like I said, right before it goes out, Batman puts his hand on Joker.
Yeah.
And it maybe went for his neck, broke his neck, and that's it. So,
or ripped out his heart. No.
Fatality. Now,
Galima.
Oh shit. So that's my theory about what I think will happen with the Killer Joke. Like I said, it's an Elseworld story. It was out of continuity. It was supposed to be out of continuity until DC was just like, the Batgirl thing, can we just cripple her and be done with it? Yeah, we'll take that one thing. But yeah.
Yeah, that's the only thing they did keep. Which is unfortunate. It's so unfortunate that Batgirl's defined by that, you know?
Right. That because nobody can tell you any other Batgirl story other than that. I mean, she didn't really do shit else.
Yeah.
She got just there. So
or she's the girl in the chair. She's Oracle,
right.
You know?
Literally. I mean, I was saying she's more popular as Oracle than Batgirl. Like you can name Oracle stories. You can't name Batgirl stories.
Yeah.
So that's my thing. So, like I said, yeah, this was a very interesting episode.
Yeah, sorry. I might have to this has been going on for a while. Like I keep getting the signal downstairs. I even got the extender.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you about an extender, but yeah, okay, so you got that.
And that's still doing it. I don't know. I might just have to do it up here. You know, and go back and I won't have my cool background or anything. I'll have to go back.
Another option, you can look into this Mesh Network. I don't know if you want to spend that much, but you can just look into it. Yeah.
Okay.
It may or may not fix the situation. I don't know. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah. But I won't have my gnarly. I'm in the kitchen right now. And who wants to look at like me and my fridge? You know?
Well, you eating cheese sandwich and shit. All right, let me review this book. You know?
My shitty ass sink and shit, you know, in the background. You know, so this might go back to old school, the way we used to record just audio only.
Right.
Remember
just Skype. That was it. Yeah.
Take it back to the day.
All right, so we'll see how it goes. So, yeah, that's all we got next week. I don't know what's going on. All I know is that next week I will talk about Marvel's Avengers again. I'm gonna get y'all to buy this game before it's done.
Oh, you know what I bought?
What's that?
The new. Well, it's not new. It's like what 4 or 5 years old. The new Tekken 7.
You know, 8 is right around the corner.
I know, but this was only like $17 on Game Pass. You know.
Oh, okay. So yeah,
it's like over like $100 regular. It was like a super sale or whatever. I'm like, fuck it, I'll buy this.
Okay, yes, why not?
So
but like I said, Eli, the Marvel game is $4 right now.
It's on Game Pass. I could play it on Game Pass. I just
for now it's going. I was saying like 2 weeks now it's going away.
Okay.
So yeah, that should.
Well, I played the demo, so
that was 3 years ago. The game has improved. I won't say a lot better, but the game has improved since the demo. So yeah. Because I know the demo made people not want to buy the game, but it's gotten better since then. So, yeah.
I just will I beat it? That's the thing. I'll play it for 2 weeks and then it'll sit there like the rest of my.
Even if you do play it for 2 weeks, $4. Fuck it, you just buy it, just play it and be done with it. $4. That's all. For a Big Mac, you can play Marvel's Avengers.
Are Big Macs $4 now?
Probably. I don't know. I haven't been at McDonald's in a while. So.
Yeah.
So
who knows?
I don't know. But that's all we got. Like I said, join us next week. I don't know what happens next week. We will find something to do. Until then, this is Leroy.
This is Eli.
And we'll follow you next time. Same bat time, same bat channel. I know I screwed it up. I don't care. That's the way this show has been going.
Darkest night, I make the to the asylum with Harley Quinn. Turn Two-Face to black and blue face. I 100% am not Bruce Wayne. Who's the manliest man?